Chapter 7 of Just Stories, the Kind That Never Grow Old by Winfred Hurst, SDS. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Maria Therese. I'm Not Afraid. No girl was ever yet coaxed into a convent by being told that therein her path of life would always be strewn with roses. To be sure, there are many roses there, despite the fact that people in the world only too often paint dark and gloomy pictures of earth's fairest, happiest garden, the garden wherein souls bloom best for heaven. They forget that there are thorns in life's roses everywhere, and that also, and especially, out in the world there are cares and trials and troubles without number, and often there is not even time or disposition for sanctifying those adverse things. Indeed, love makes all things easy, particularly the love of God, which love finds freest scope within convent walls. And that reminds me of a girl who wished to become a Carmelite nun. She called at the convent to see the Reverend Mother and made known her heart's desire. Now, you know in some religious orders the members lead a stricter, severer life than in others. So, for instance, the Carmelite order is known as being very austere. "My dear girl," said the Reverend Mother, "do you really think you could live the life we lead? It is a life of prayer and penance, you know." Then, to put the girl to a practical test, she took her through the convent. She showed her the plain cot in which she would have to sleep, the very common food she would have to eat, the hard benches on which she would have to kneel so often in the chapel. Was the little lady frightened? Oh, no. She looked and listened with calm serenity. When they returned to the spotless parlor after the inspection, the girl asked, "Reverend Mother, are there any crucifixes in the convent?" "Why, certainly," the nun answered, rather surprised. "There is a crucifix in every room that I showed you, and in all other rooms. Surely you must have seen them there." "Then, Reverend Mother, I'm not afraid. If there's a crucifix in my cell where you say my hard bed will be, and in the room where I take my simple meals, and in the rooms where I do my work in silence, and in the chapel where I kneel upon hard benches, I'm not at all afraid. The sight of Jesus crucified for me will enable me joyfully to endure those things that are so very much less than what He did for me. Please, do let me be one of your community." The Reverend Mother was only too glad to take a girl who looked at the religious life in that true and noble way. That girl became a Carmelite nun and lived a holy and happy life, to the edification of all who knew her. A thought now comes to me. If this girl could say, "I'm not afraid," with regard to a strict order of hidden prayer and penance, how much easier it is, so to speak, with reference to those less severe orders that do the work of Martha and are busy from morning to night, tending to the Father's business, both praying and working for the salvation of souls. Afraid? Why, it would make the happy novice laugh. End of chapter 7.